What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. What a day, what a day. So, I won't lie to you guys. I did do the first Fender without you guys. Just so I could understand what I'm doing, so when I do actually show you guys how I did it. Because the most common question I got so far in my Instagram DMs is, how was the fitment? And I've heard there's so much things wrong with the fitment. Now, they're not wrong. There is some fitment issues, but when you get something like this, you kind of expect there to be fitment issues. Yes, I understand it's carbon fiber, and you pay a little bit more of a premium with carbon fiber, so you think you would get something a little bit better in terms of like quality control. But at the end of the day, it is still an aftermarket piece. It's not like they make Fender carbon fiber pieces for this car. So just kind of take everything you see on the internet. What you see here today might be a little bit different from what you're going to have to do on your car. So don't take everything you hear today and be like, oh, he said, he said. That being said, I got one mounted. I still got to tape this down. I'll get to this piece in a minute, but it looks really good. The body lines, it did take me a while. I will say this: I did start this at 12:30 this afternoon. It is currently 4:15, 4:20. What is it? And it did take a while. As you can see, I haven't done the passenger side or the driver's side. We're going to do that together. I just want to give you guys a heads up. It's not going to be today. I actually have dinner to go out to, so I wanted to give you an estimate. If you really give it your all, this is probably going to take, if you have no idea what you're doing and you're not a body guy, etc., this is probably going to take you probably the same amount as I did. You're talking 3.5 hours for one, give it take or more. Depending on if you run into any of the issues that I have had. So, like I said, just give that all kind of like, understand that it might be different per car. Don't mind my dirty headlight. As you guys can see, the body line, or the spacing between the hood and the fender, is actually pretty fluid top to bottom. And as you guys could potentially tell, I don't know how hard this could be able to tell on this camera, but this body line right here, it flows pretty well, for if I do say so myself. I will say this. Okay, this piece obviously, like, I could take this off. The most time I spent was right here. I put a bolt in this one first, and this one took me the longest to get lined up, because I didn't want this to, it was like super high with the pre-drilled holes. It was probably a good, let's say quarter of an inch higher than what it's supposed to be. That's just based off the pre-drilled holes. But I did get a kit full of little files to be able to file everything down. I'll put a link to this kit below. It wasn't too crazy expensive. I only used 2 pieces, but like obviously you could use this stuff in the future. Obviously, with all the body kits for the Skyline, I'll probably end up using it again in the future. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy about that. And of course, I don't mind whatever that is. I'm hoping it's just, you know, bird stuff. But yeah, I was actually able to fix, or at least I thought I was able to fix. I'm gonna have to fix this. This gap right here. I'm gonna have to figure out a way. The screw or the plastic that was here, completely destroyed. So either I'm gonna have to get another one of those clips, but I haven't been running that clip here at all ever. So, but that's realistically how it should be, give or take, estimate. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And even then, this door line right here, it's a little bit thicker at the top. Are you realistically going to be able to tell? Probably if you really like nitpick it. But honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I will say this, as in terms of quality control, I need to clean the car. But I didn't notice this, but the guys who PPF the car, that's actually on the clear coat itself. It sucks. I know it wasn't them. I actually never checked this fender when I took it out, so that's on me for not doing my due diligence. But yeah, that's the only issue with the fender. Overall fitment, it was a pain. Took 3 hours. Probably could have taken it a lot sooner if I knew what I was doing. I gotta still tape this down. There is a bunch of clips underneath it. I just clipped them all off. I'm gonna end up getting a new one of these, so I'm just gonna tape it down a little bit. I don't want to drill into this piece, so I'm just gonna tape it down and fit it. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I am gonna call it quits for today. It's not for you guys. Same video. We're gonna knock out the other fender tomorrow, and that one will go a little bit more in depth on what I did, how I did it, and yeah, this might be a little bit longer of a vlog. But at the end, I think everybody would appreciate the time spent on this, just because of all the confusion and the stuff for the TC no one really does, or stuff like this, the auto body, you might as well just drop it off. If you don't have any confidence, it's probably going to deter you. But honestly, for a first go, I don't think I did that bad. So as long as you have the confidence to do it, I think you'll be fine. So, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'm really excited. It looks really good. Catch you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, so we're actually off to Kenny's house. Kenny offered his garage to be able to finish the fenders for tomorrow. So right now I have the fenders in the back seat. I have the ramps in the trunk, and also a set of jack stands in the trunk. And we are off to Kenny's house. We're almost there, and then I'll show you guys what we have to do. So talk to you guys when we get there. Guys, so Kenny let us borrow his garage, and of course the lighting in here is amazing, so we're actually be able to film somewhat at, you know, it's 10 o'clock. So we got Kenny's here to help out. Honestly, okay. So I was caught in 1080p. That's Mikey, and that's TJ. I have a bad thing with names and faces. It was terrible. Anyway, so we gotta take the fender off. Oh my god, it's been one thing after another since we've been here. Literally. Anyway, so we gotta take the fender off. So we'll get to this piece in a sec. We have to take this one off and obviously get into there with the door. Yeah. Pulling bumpers off is easy. Yeah, but pulling off cowls by windows is not. That's true. That's very true. Anyway, so we're going to take this piece off right here, and then we're going to take out the wheel well, the fender liner. I've made my own windows, but yeah, so there's a bunch of these clips. One here, here. There's nothing up here. Well, there should be if you have a car that isn't lowered and destroying everything. Kenny's 100% breaking clips.
Hey, hang on.
Family guy. All right, he's a family guy. But yeah, so we gotta take off. There's one underneath right here. There is one right here, and there is a bolt right there. There should be a bolt here, but obviously I've never put it back in. It's not there anymore. And a couple more of these little plastic pieces. Just kind of look around. You have to take this entire piece out. So take out that. Talk to you guys in a sec. Okay, so we were able to get this piece out. This clip right here, we just cut it off. Honestly, I didn't put it back in on the other side. It's just, at this point, it's more of a frustration to even take it out. Just like I said, take it out. You don't have to take it out completely. I just undid the bolt back there, or the nut, whatever it is, and just moved it out of the way. Anyway, so there's a bolt down here. Ow. just stabbed myself with a piece of metal. The bolt back there, it's all 10 mil by the way. There's a bolt back there. Just take that one out. Kenny already took this one out because, well, yeah, couldn't get the rest of it off. Anyway, so Kenny took this out, that bolt out of there, and we got two more here, and I believe Kenny already took these two out. So, just for reference, right there next to the headlight. Make sure you take the headlight out, obviously. Those two up here, one right there. One, oh, we gotta take this one out too. One right here, and one all the way down at the bottom. I'm being judged.
Nice.
That was a proud dad smile. So take off the rest. Take off the rest. I keep getting asked about the R32. Anyway, so the fender's off. You have to take off the black piece at the top. Try not to break it, but ta-da! No, that's not even it. What? There's a black piece on top of the fender.
Idiot.
Over here. Remove this plastic rubber piece that's right there. There is tape there. Yeah. Anyway, so back to here. What we're gonna do now is all I can say is the fender. Start off with this one. Start off with this little hole right here with the nut. Put it in there with the fender, and then kind of form it out. Let me get the fender out and show you. So Kenny was asking me why I'm fighting with this bolt right here. So you have to get this bolt in, and I feel like this is just the best way to do it. Get this bolt in, figure out how to get this line and this line to measure up, work your way down, and then forward. I tried putting it here, here, and here, and then I couldn't get it to sit here perfectly. Now, the other thing you have to do is, let me grab the tool. So get your file, because you're going to have to take this piece right here to fit in that hole, to get this line all set up properly. You're going to have to file this away to get it to sit flush. And it's going to take a while to get this one. This one took the longest on the other side. This one's going to, it's a pain because of where it is. And obviously just leave it on the car. Leave this in here, put a bolt in there, and file this away until you get the body line to fit perfectly. This is where the molding to the car comes into. It's going to take some time, but it's worth it. So I'm just going to file this away, and eventually the bolt will sit flush and all these lines would line up. So let me do that. Alright guys, so completely disregard everything I said in the last clip. This hole right here actually was not at all even remotely close to being the correct hole to start with. So you're going to have to, like I said, so you're going to have to kind of figure it out as you go. You're going to have to figure it out as you go. So the best one for us actually was to start with this one. Once we really get this one in there, go down, all the way down to the bottom, and now we're going to work out getting it this way. But yeah, so we're going to try to get this nice and even and go from there. We'll probably end up doing this one probably now, realistically. This is probably the next one, just to work that way. You have to work one point and then work your way out. So we're going to get this one done. All right, so we got it to work kind of. The R32 we'll talk about in the future. Anyway, so realistically, I understand why everybody gets frustrated with this set. Are we not all realistically frustrated with this kit? I mean, this is Liam. I know who that guy is. Liam doesn't even know why he's laughing. But honestly, this is the best we're going to be able to get. And realistically, when I get the hood in, this might all completely change. But this fender is 100% rough compared to the other side. This one, it's so we had to put so much weight behind it to get it to fit somewhat decent. Now we were able to get this line pretty good, but once you get up to here, I mean the gap is just kind of gets nice and narrow. It doesn't touch the hood. But compared to the other side, this is pretty much OEM gap, I would say. So, I mean, we did what we could.
I think Kevin should open his own body shop.
I'm not opening my own body shop. The next body kit that I have to touch or anything, I mean, let's be honest. So what is it for?
GMC Sierra.
No, it's for the R32. So yeah, we gotta take off. We gotta figure out to get this clip on there. There's gonna be a lot of sanding. Obviously, look at this. It's completely messed up down here too. So we're gonna have to get this to fit properly. And then all of these holes pretty much are gonna have to be sanded out. This one is circle and it needs to be a square. This one is definitely not gonna fit that whatsoever. So anyway, now let's figure out that.
This. Totally remember the entire time that, you know, we had a vlog and, you know, sorry, is the camera on me? Sorry, what?
What? Alright guys, so we were able to kind of get this nice and lined up. So this is in here. We got a decent line. We got everything nice and in there. Looks good. The only thing that's missing is the hood now. This car will be complete once we get the hood in.
Yeah, it's a shame it's a Toyota.
It's a shame that everything is back ordered, and I think the hoods this year, because everybody got, I would assume because of all the checks that everybody was getting, I think realistically everybody just bought a hood because the hoods are completely back ordered for this generation.
Yeah, but also keep in mind who's ordering a hood for a Toyota.
There's actually a lot of TC owners, guys. Don't really like listen to them. he drives a lifted thing, and like he drives a crazy Hyundai. We'll have to check that out at some point in the future. It's loud as balls. I have to censor everything. But yeah, so be able to get that on there. Everything just fine. You just gotta really work at it. I mean, we started at what?
I'd say a lot of tedious.
It's a lot of tedious. You gotta take your time. It is 100% a bodywork is 100%. Take it as it goes and go from there.
Bolt-on Fender replacement.
Yeah. When they say bolt on, there's tabs to bolt on, but then if I wish I had a picture of that tab. That tab is nowhere near where they drilled.
I would say
Same thing with this one right here, and this one right here. But then once these two are done, this one right here lined up. But yeah, I mean, it looks good. I can't wait to clean it because it desperately needs to be cleaned, and it's
fine.
Yeah, and I kind of like it that right now. I mean, I'll rock it this way. Obviously, I have no other choice, but I think right now with just the way the carbon fiber on it looks, it's actually really nice.
That looks good.
It sets it off.
Yeah, it does.
Just need the hood.
Between
Yeah.
And
I do want to get rid of some of this chrome.
Sorry, we're in the vlog.
But yeah, we have to get it ready because I know Kenny's trying to kick everybody out.
No, I just saw these and I didn't want to forget about it.
Oh, same. But yeah. Thank you, Kenny.
No problem. 6 out of 10.
Anytime.
Kenny's like, I'm ready for bed. I gotta make this trip home.
Hang on, we gotta do a time check.
Time check.
1:15.
I got here around 9.
It's about 9:15. Actually, no, it was like 9:05, probably 9:15.
Yeah, but by the time we got everything out and finally figured out what we were doing, because the left side is completely different from the right side. So, but yeah, it's not that bad. You just gotta put your time into it. We'll pick this back up tomorrow, guys. Actually, so we can see this outside. I did fix the rear fitment on the side skirts because, well, while they're off, might as well fix them. So we'll take a look at this outside tomorrow, and we'll go to the car show. And you guys will see that in another vlog. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Later. Guys, it's actually been a couple days, not really too many. It is currently Monday, and I just wanted to give you guys a kind of like a little bit of a walk down and just an end summary of what happened with the fenders. So obviously the fenders are installed. We got the nice, I did the passenger side by myself. We still have to button up the bottom piece right there, just because I don't have anything that's mounted in here, because I broke off the plastic that you screw into to be able to get in there. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get this nice and up, but once it's nice and up there, it does flow. The edge right here is actually terrible on the side skirts for some reason, but it works, just to kind of give you a show of the body line on the passenger side. I tried to get this as close as possible to the OEM lines, Now up here, I still have to do one more piece. There's a little plastic / rubber piece right here. You can obviously drill into here and make it clip on, but how thick this piece is, I don't think it's going to be possible to clip it in there. So we cut off the clip and sanded it down. I just got to find a good day to put it on there and let it sit. And that'll cover up the silver that's right here. Just goes to show you that this is literally just vinyl on there. But yeah, and then like I said, the door jamb. And I don't know if this is even going to be picked up by the camera, but the line on the door to the fender works out perfectly, at least on this one side. But it works. I like it. Stand back in, nice view. I like it. Obviously, it's just missing the hood now. Just imagine it flowing to the hood, and it would probably look really, really good. But yeah. Now that's it for the passenger side. And actually, this clip right here, it was falling off before. I don't think it's ever going to sit right, even if I was to get a new one. I don't think this is ever going to sit properly on here. It's just going to happen, unfortunately. Like I said, it's one of those things with fitment. It's going to be hard to get 100% from OEM. This side, look, it fits so much better on this side. However, it doesn't come up as far. Go figure. But yeah, so this side is the interesting side, simply because it took a lot longer, even with having two people. And we were able to get it pretty good on there, but again, it's one of those things where it's going to look bad, and this side did take so long to take off. One, you have to remove the wipers. That's a given. You have to remove these pieces. So you got to take it completely off, pop these off, pull that up, and then take out the cowl, and it gives you access to this bolt. You're not typically able to see this bolt. Again, so I was able to get it on here pretty well. It fits there. It doesn't fit here for some reason, but I don't think it was fitting right here on the OEM Fender. I don't know. I just think it's something weird. Same thing with the door. Was able to kind of get the door in there in a nice seamless fashion. Same thing. Also have to fix the bottom. Broke that clip off as well. And obviously this, I was able to fix this up a little bit better. It sits in here definitely a lot more than it used to with the clip. I think now it is rubbing here and also somewhere in on the door. Might be something that is in PPF, so I might be able to fix that just simply with a nice sand down, just to make some of that up. But again, this side, just to go show, it does look good. It is, again, still missing the hood. Alright, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. Is it a perfect fitment? Yes and no. But let me explain. When we think perfect fitment, we think bolt-on. You bolt it on and it fits perfectly. It's not a bolt-on fitment perfect. It's not. It really isn't. The place where I was able to get the tab in the corners on the top by the hood, they were nowhere near. Well, on the one side it was, on the other side it wasn't. I had to drill another hole a quarter of an inch away from the hole that they drilled. So it's one of those things where it's like, is it good fitment? Yes, but you have to work for it. You definitely have to work for it. It is not a bolt-on product. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do, if you're willing to work at it, or give it to somebody who knows what they're doing. If they know how to do bodywork, this is going to be a breeze for them. If you are willing to give it the time that it needs to be able to get it to sit right and dedicate the time to be able to get it to work, then yes, I do recommend it. If you're not going to want to give it to somebody, you think it's going to be a quick hour, 2-hour job, I'm sorry, it's probably not the project for you. And if you're spending the money on the fenders to get them in the first place, just if you're not willing to dedicate the time, at least give it to somebody who's going to take it, install it properly. That's my whole 2 cents on that. Now, here's a few tips, okay? Find the place that you think is going to fit the best first. On the passenger side, the best tab, realistically, was up right above the cowl. Again, you have to move the cowl to get the fender off. So right underneath the cowl, there's that one bolt. I bolted the passenger side to that one. On the driver's side, however, that honestly had to have been the one that's on the corner, right in the door well, or in the door itself. Simply because I was able to get that one on there to get the line that I need up by the window, right here. I was able to kind of get this line perfect on the other side just by that bolt right there. So find, and it's probably going to be different. I tell you what, it's probably going to be different every single set of fenders that they ship out. But find your sweet spot. Start from there. Do the door. I wouldn't even start anywhere near the front because you're going to need to be able to kind of push out to get the fender to sit right. I would do the door, work your way out, and go to the front. Just because you're probably going to have to sand the most around the door to get the door line correct. And if you work your way backwards, the chances are you might not get the perfect door line. And obviously that's not good because now your door is touching the fender when you open and close it. Just start from the door, work your way forward. There's a piece of foam actually in the fender behind the door, by the door I should say, that's in the fender. I was able to squeeze that back into the fender just to kind of, I guess you don't want, I don't know what exactly it's for, but it's probably there for a reason, so I put it back. Yeah, it's just one of the things I put back, and I think with the snow and all that, it's probably recommended to put it back anyway. The vent, if you put back the wheel well, it's not really functional, so take that with a grain of salt. If you live in the South, you probably won't care about the wheel well, or maybe you do, I don't really know. But in the Northeast, I'm definitely leaving the wheel well in there, simply because, well, I don't want rock, salt, anything up in there that's not supposed to be there. That, and I feel like if I put that there, realistically, this rock's probably going to fly right through it, chip up some other stuff, and I don't need that. Alright guys, so I'm going to end the video here. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to message me on Instagram, anything. It's one of those things, like I said, it's one of those things where you're going to have to dedicate some time to it. And if you guys want to do it, more power to you. Just make sure you have that time to dedicate to it. If you don't have that time, you're realistically, it's just not something you're going to want to do. That being said, I like it. I like what I did. It took some time, but I actually like the challenge. It's actually a good thing because when I do work on the Skyline, ultimately, I'm going to have to do everything myself. And Alex is going to be here and help, but realistically, to save money, because I can't afford to send it off to somebody to get it done, it's all going to be done by me. But yeah, I really like how it came out. But yeah, as you guys can probably tell, it's now raining. I should have done this a long time ago, but life after work. But yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Like this video if you liked it, and I guess leave me a comment too. Ask me any questions you guys want. I'll respond in the comments below. Talk to you guys later.